What gonna get me opinionated peeps up, people? The internet full of sauce and full of fire. This week alone, Jacure get a whole bashing from everybody, fans and non-fans alike. Everybody was going hard on the Cure after a video was released of him in the background talking very harshly to a female and actually throwing her out of him house, right? And then now the female came out and people, all kind of things has been circulating that Jackie likes the back to be washed and all kind of things like that, if you understand what we are talking about. No, I won't speak on that because, I don't know what a man do in a private room. That's a him business. But anyway, the young lady is speaking out again and she is giving everything in full detail as to what went down. So people, make we take a listen and to what go on then, no? And boy, guess what? All the time me down in the comment section, let me know what you think about all of this. Because if Jacure really do all of them things, Jacure, fix up your folly grounds. Fix it up, Cure. It no sound good.
All right. So I guess we can start where I started with everything, where I found out about the video that came out.
Right.
There was a video that came out and there was a female voice, there was a male voice. They say the male voice was Jacure, which everybody, including me, believes to be true, and the female was you?
Yes.
Okay. All righty. So explain that to me. What was the situation with that?
So, like a little backstory, I've known Jacure for like a couple years, not 7 though, I would have been very young 7 years ago, but I've known him for a couple years and he was always nice to me. He was always friendly. He like he said, it was like a brotherly thing. And like just like fast forwarding, there was an incident where I was dating a dancer and we got in a fight, and so I called Jacure to come get me because I didn't have anywhere else to go, and he did. He came and got me and my friend. He was really nice. Like he always fed us. Another time, like my friend, it was her first time in Jamaica. He invited us over, made a big meal, like just a super nice guy up until this point. And so December of 2019, he was like, "Hey, can you help me with this music video?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, what do you need?" And he told me. I was like, "Yeah, that sounds really fun, but I don't feel comfortable going to Jamaica by myself." So, he was like, "You can bring a friend." And I was like, "Cool." And he's like, "Send me your guys' passport pictures so I can book the flights." So we did, and he booked our flights, and we flew into Montego Bay.
Okay.
The first night in Montego Bay, we stayed at like the S Hotel, like a resort, like a super nice resort. We went out and partied, like everything was like fine. We came back and he was super drunk, so we like laid him in the bed. And then we went out to the beach. And in the video that everyone can hear, he's like yelling at us about how we left him alone to go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And we did. Like at the time, we didn't think it was an issue. He didn't bring it up until like he started yelling at us. So we didn't think anything of it. And then, yeah, the next day we were just at the pool and we met some girls from Ethiopia, or they were American, but they were Ethiopian. They were like from Washington or something, I don't know. Anyway, so he told them about this party in Kingston, like this big party that everyone was going to be at, and so they wanted to go, and we wanted to go. So all of us girls, there was like 6 of us, and we got in like 3 different cars. We went to Kingston. We went to the party in Kingston. Like it was totally fine. Like there was no issues. That night, the girls slept in his bedroom, and me and my friend slept in the guest bed. And in the middle of the night, he came into the room, I guess, while we were sleeping, and like masturbated onto my friend's face.
What the fuck? Are you? What the heck? I'm sorry. We're in a clean.
Right.
What? What? Hold on.
Do you want to tap into that part?
Sure.
Do you want to be on camera?
Sure.
Okay, so my friend, since this is her part of the story, she's going to tell it since she's the
Okay.
one who did it too.
So both of you guys were. Hey, girly.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing all right.
Good. So both of you guys were in the room together?
Yeah, we were just sleeping in the bed, and I kind of like woke up, and then like the shadow figure was kind of like hunched up over me, and I was kind of confused. I'm still waking up. I'm in a daze, and next thing you know, like I can see like someone's like getting it right on top of me, and I feel this warm, wet substance like on my arm and like on my shoulder, and I start freaking out. So I pushed him away. I was like, "What the hell are you doing? Like get off me."
Right. And so then I wake up and I'm like, get the fuck out of our room. And so he like realizes he did something wrong and he just leaves the room. Like doesn't say sorry, doesn't say anything. And so I'm like, listen, first thing in the morning we're leaving. And she's like, yeah, I agree. And so the morning time came and the girls from the Ethiopian girls were like, hey, we're going back to Montego Bay. We're like, can we come with you? Like, we really want to come. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And then they had a conversation with him and came back and they're like, there's just no room in the car. You can't come. We're like, that's weird. And so we went and told him, we're like, we're gonna get a cab and leave. And he's like, that's fine. Get your shit and get the fuck out of my house. We're like, okay. And then as we're like packing up our stuff, he comes in and tells her, he's like, she needs to have sex with me right now. Like, he's like, I brought you here for a music video, but I didn't bring her here for that. She needs to give me sex to pay for the flight. And then, she
And
was
this
like,
was the night after he was masturbating in the room.
yes.
Oh,
This is like
wow.
probably like 5 hours later because he did it probably at like 3 in the morning, and this is like around like 8 or 9 a.m.
After I had said something, he could tell I was upset, and then after that he kept like playing loud music and just like opening and slamming doors. Like after that, like there was something going on, and he wouldn't let us sleep after that. Like he just kept harassing us, kept bugging us.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Had either of you guys had sexual relations with him prior to this at all?
No.
This is what like my second time ever meeting the man.
Yeah, like I said, it's like a brother thing because he had known one of my sisters, and so he was like totally, from my perspective, was like a brother. Like he said, like there were some instances a couple times when he would get drunk and tell me that he wanted to breed me because he wanted light-skinned babies, but
Okay. Doesn't he have
no,
light-skinned babies already? Hold on.
yeah, no, they're obsessed with it in Jamaica. So he'd be like he would pressure me on it. Like he like got drunk and I was like, no, I don't want kids. You know, like he was asking me about, oh, do you ever want kids one day? And I was like, no. And then he went on this whole like Rastafarian rant about how my job on Earth is to plenify it and like all kinds of stuff. Like she was there for all this.
I was like, no, you know, like she's not ready for all that. She's got shit to do, you know, she's got bills to pay. And he's like, no, like you have to have kids with me. Like,
yeah. Like, and we thought he was kidding because like we weren't fucking or anything. So that was like probably the only red flag prior, but we really thought he was kidding. But now I think about it, I'm like, he probably meant that shit.
So wait, was this the first time that you stayed over in his house, or
no? Was the time we flew out the first time we stayed there, or this breeding incident?
The incident of the video that was last year. This happened. You're saying?
Yeah, it was last year. It was the first time he had flown us out, but it wasn't the first time I had stayed over at his house.
Okay, all right. So you're saying it was not the first time you stayed over at his house?
No.
So
no.
Wait, hold on, girl, hold on. You stayed on. Because I know how men are. You mean to tell me you stayed over his house before this? And I'm not trying to interrogate you. I just really want to know, like, non-biased. I don't have anything in this either way. I'm just curious. Like, you stayed over his house before and he never touched you or tried anything?
No, never. Wow. Though I've slept over at his house one time before, like he said, with the incident with the dancer. And he got me food, like asked me if I wanted to take a shower.
Hold on. Who was the dancer?
I'm not even going to bring that situation.
Okay.
Like, it really wasn't. It was someone I was dating. Like, I was dating that man. Like, we had gotten into a fight, like, all relationships or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, and so then I was staying with that man. Like, I was there in Jamaica for him. And he was like, you know, we were fighting, so I didn't want to be in that situation. So I was like, hey, like, called someone I knew I could trust, which was Jacques. Anyway, look how that turned out. But he like took care of me. He got me food, gave me a shower, you know, totally like did everything you would expect someone to do, and he didn't ask for sex or anything. But and honestly, I would have been okay with it because I think he's like a cute dude, and I've seen some pictures where he's wearing them tight little shorts, and he looked like he might have some things going for him. So I mean, I wouldn't have been opposed to it.
I've heard that he has.
So I'm like, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't have been opposed to it if he would have been like, you know, if we would have got drunk and came back and did it. But it was when he told me that we had to, that it would have became an issue.
Okay. And then what did I hear? I'm sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry, go ahead. Oh, I
Go
was
ahead.
like, I don't think he was ever like interested in me. Like, he was always interested in my friend. Like, when we would go out, like, he'd want her to be in the front seat and stuff, but did all the communicating through me. So I don't really know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And in the video, it said something like there was a part where you were saying that he did something to you. I couldn't quite make it out, and then he was like, "I should have broke your hand" or something like that. Like, what was up with that?
So what made me film was what made him so angry? I think, okay, so he asked my friend to eat his ass, and she was like, "What the hell? Like, I'm not touching you after last night, and that's gay." And he lost it. He like pushed her into the wall and then came over. I was like, "Don't hit her." So I went to go and grab him from hitting her, and
He punched you in the stomach.
oh yeah, he punched me in the stomach and then like kind of forearmed me in the cheekbone, but like not like a forearm. And then
And that's when I stepped in, and that's when I was trying to like stop him from hitting you. He was chasing you around the room.
right, so like the difference of size is I'm like 5'0", like 120 pounds. I'm small, so I think that's why he hit me instead of her because she's like 5'9", a little bit
Mm-hmm.
bigger. So I think yeah.
He knew who his match was. He knew who to go for.
Right, right. In
And
Jamaica, they say "Duppy know who if you're frightened." So
yeah, yeah.
ghosts know
And
who to
so,
frighten.
and a
So
lot of people were like, "Why didn't you guys just jump him?" So he had two of his cousins there, and they were just standing at the door. Like, he said that they had guns. I never had actually seen a gun, but so we were just like, they probably fucking do. It's Jamaica.
yeah,
Well, and we, as the Ethiopian girls, they were trying to leave, right? So we're packing our stuff while he's freaking out after we had this whole altercation, and we tried to leave. And he had all the doors locked, like every door was locked. We couldn't get out, and he had his cousin sitting outside the house watching.
Yeah, and the weird part about his house is all of the locks were like key locks, like even from the inside. Like if you go like
yeah.
from the
That's
inside to the
normal.
outside.
That's a normal Jamaican house thing. My house in
Yeah,
Jamaica was
yeah.
like that. Same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it was like we couldn't leave even like, and the windows had bars, so we couldn't like climb out of a window.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, and then even at one point, like when he took her, like she finally was like, "We have to," like he like was threatening us, like just in the video it was just like like
A glimpse.
yeah, he was like saying he was gonna break my hand and kill me. And he was never mad at her, um, as much as he was at me, but. So finally, she was like, "I'm just gonna go have sex with him, then he'll let us leave. Like, he's not gonna make us pay for the flights."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "You don't have to." And she's like, "No, we're never gonna get out of this
No,
house."
like I basically felt forced into it. Like I felt threatened. There was no way he was gonna let us leave, and I felt like that was my ultimatum. It was like that was the only thing that would protect us in that whole situation, and I didn't know what else to do.
So wait, he came up to you and just asked you to lick his booty hole just out of the blue, or were you guys having sexual conversation first, or?
We were not having a sexual conversation. He could tell that we was ready to leave because we were packing our bags. They had gotten into an argument, and we were ready to leave. And he was just like, "No, you're not allowed to leave. You have to have sex with me." And I was just like taken
Oh.
back from what all the things that had happened the night before of him hovering over me and like masturbating on top of me, and I was just like, get off me, like, who are you? You sexually assaulted me, and now you want to have sex with me, kind of a thing. Like, he made it seem like there was no option. Like, why wouldn't I want to be with John Cure?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
then, yeah, so when he took her away, I like went out to go get help from the cousin. I was like, "Please, please, please, let me out of this house." And he acted like he couldn't hear me or see me, like I didn't exist to him. And I was like begging him through the window to like let me out because he was like sitting in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally I was able, like I was going through every door in the house, and there was like a door, like a game room door, like kind of like a sliding door, like a sliding glass door, and it was unlocked, and I opened that bitch and just ran for it. And went and got help, and the police were like, "What do you want us to do?" I was like, "Please just get my friend out of that house." And so the police and I drove to come get her, and she was sitting with our luggage, like just outside of his like little like complex. Like she was just sitting on our luggage just outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the police took us and our luggage. They took pictures of everything we had. They were
Oh
like, "This has
wow.
happened before. He's gonna say you guys stole." So they took
Really?
pictures
So
of
hold on, hold
yeah.
on, hold on. Stick a pin. You said the police told you guys this has happened before?
Yeah, well, and that was the very
Whoa.
first time we heard about the rape thing too. Like we had no idea about that, but like the 98 incident. We didn't know that that was a thing.
Okay.
So he said that usually it's like local Jamaican women who come and, they get brushed off because they're Jamaican. And they basically made it sound like if we press charges, it's going to be an issue. Like we'd have to come back and forth between Jamaica and the United States, and everyone here is going to be in our business because he's famous. And
Mm-hmm.
then we'll probably a man might not want you after this and blah, blah, blah. And so we were like,
Well, and he also made threats. He's like, if you ever try to come back to Jamaica, he's like, I'll find you.
mhm,
I'll find you. So
mhm.
we're like, what do we do? Like,
Right. Right. And even recently I got a message from a private account that was basically it was in patois, but it was basically you lying B word, watch what happens when you come to Jamaica now since you released that video. But what I'm
Oh,
confused
wow.
about, yeah, I don't know if it was him or not, because in his interview or his response, he was like, they could have sent it to anyone who sent it out. So I don't think he thinks that we are the ones,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't. I was on vacation when this happened, so.
How long ago did this happen?
almost a year ago. I want to say next week, maybe a week and a half. Like, it hasn't even been a year
Yeah,
yet.
it was December 6th or something like that.
So December 2019. Okay.
Yeah, early December.
Okay. Okay. So how do you guys feel now? Are you guys frightened? Are you frustrated? You don't care? What are you guys feeling now?
I think it's easier for me because I didn't go through what she had to go through, and
Yeah.
I honestly was just ready to brush it off because I love Jamaica, and I'm like, now I'm not gonna be able to go back or whatever. And honestly, it was for me it wasn't hard, but I'm sure it's a little bit harder for her.
I mean, I definitely have some mixed emotions about the whole scenario. It definitely brings up some past trauma. So
Mm-hmm.
the fact that it's almost been a year, there's been a lot on my mind. And I'm almost kind of withdrawn. I have to take a step back and make sure I'm taking care of myself.
Did he use a condom?
No,
No? Oh, man.
no.
And he asked you about the butt stuff during sex too.
He was asking me to do, provocative things, to his butt. He wanted to do things to my butt, and I
I've
felt,
heard he has a butt fetish. I heard he likes to eat food off of butts and do different things. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
I mean,
might.
I don't know. I mean, he came all over my butt, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then just let her go like nothing. After all that, he's like, "Hey, take your bags and leave."
So have you talked to him since that? Like before the video came out, did you guys talk and try to smooth things out at all?
On everything. I've had him blocked on everything.
He a week after it happened, he said, "Did you go to the police?" And I sent him the video that's going viral. I said, "Yeah, I did." I was like, "You raped my friend, you beat me, this and that." And then he was like, "Well, you stole from me." And I was like, "Nope, the police knew you were gonna go there, so they took pictures of everything." He's like, "No, well, you went to someone else's house before you went to the police station." I was like, "No, I left on foot with nothing, and they came back and picked her and all of our luggage up, so there would have been no time."
Mm-hmm.
And originally we didn't even want to talk to them, but we had no way else to get out. We were just hoping for a ride, for a safe place to go. And I mean, the police wanted to talk to us. So
Mm-hmm.
There was one nice officer. He was really concerned. He's like, "I can put you up with my family, blah blah blah." But the rest of them were like, "I don't know what you want us to do."
Right.
So yeah. And then when we got home the next day, and she went to the United States. You got a rape kit done, right?
did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Good, good. And hopefully everything came back cool. No disease, no crazy.
no, everything's
Thank
good.
goodness.
I'm all good.
Thank
Right.
goodness,
So
girl. My gosh. Thank
It
goodness.
could have been worse.
Yes. So since you did the rape kit when you came back, is there anything that American authorities can do to press charges? Did you try to pursue that or not
Unless I
really?
want to press charges, and I feel like I'm not that person. Like, I'm not someone who goes and runs to the police. I'm not going to press charges. I like to handle things my own way.
Right.
But at this point, we're in different countries. Like, I feel like how is this going to benefit me if I go and create problems for this man? I want to be an advocate for women, for other women he's done things like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is not okay, and it needs to be acknowledged, and awareness needs to be spread.
Definitely, definitely. If either of you guys could have gone back and done anything differently, in the situation, what would you have or?
I mean, I wish there was more we could have done. I wish we could have left earlier, but I mean, there was no signs of anything of like this nature. He had been so cool this whole time, and he seemed like, a caregiver. He was warm, he was welcoming. Like
Mm-hmm.
I never saw this coming.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree because I really thought he was someone we could trust. We went to him for help before. Like you would, it's like really be careful who you trust because like I didn't expect this from him. Like nothing. And when we would go to parties, like everyone had so much respect for him. So it's just like really like I don't know. But now that it's going viral or whatever, so many girls are in my DM saying like he's done stuff to them. Like yeah.
Yes, tell me about that. What have you heard? Like I know a girl personally who got flued out by him.
Loud. What did
Yeah,
he
she
say
got
this thing?
flued out. She got flued out. She didn't have any issues. She told me about, the butt fetish thing. And she told me she basically just stayed in the house. She didn't leave the house. That's probably where, some of the commotion I'm thinking came about with you guys because you guys actually wanted to leave the house. But this girl, she didn't leave the house. She got flued out, everything was okay and flown back. But what did you hear? What stories did you guys hear?
So one girl said that she flew out there from Atlanta. Her flight landed at like 7 p.m. He didn't come get her till 1, and when she got in the car, he like made her give him head off the jump, like in the car,
Whoa,
and
in
she
the
was like,
car.
mm-hmm.
Wait, were
And she
all
was
these girls like American, like Caucasian girls, or did they
no,
vary?
no, it's been like a mix. He has no type. He has zero type. Like it's
Wow.
been a mix. Like yeah, it's like there's been like native Jamaican girls, like mixed, white, whatever. Um, I don't know, but one of his, I don't even want to put anybody on blast. Someone that knows him was like, yeah, he has a thing for white girls because he wants
That's what
white
I heard.
babies
That's
and
why I
stuff.
asked. That's the only reason I asked, because I heard that
Yeah.
he had a
So,
type.
I
Yeah.
mean, mm, he talked to my sister. She's white, so, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I didn't expect anything. But so some girl flew from Atlanta, gave him head in the car. He was really bossy and rude, which I can see. Like, I got the bossy vibe, like in a couple,
Mm-hmm.
like incidences, but he was never like super bossy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had like a seating arrangement, like you sit here in the car, you sit here in the car, like, and he
Oh.
like, yeah. So
Okay. So any more stories of like frightening stories like you guys, or just more like, oh, he flew me out, blah blah blah.
yeah, like one girl, some Jamaican girl said that she had videos and pictures and that he did basically the same thing to her, wouldn't let her leave unless she gave him sex. And I was gonna actually like redirect her to you in case you wanted to share her story.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I have a radio show on My Turn Radio. It's every Monday night. It's called Sex and Dance Hall. So I think this is an appropriate topic. And, I like for women to have their chance to tell their side of things because we heard his side quite clearly. That video is going around. But, I want to hear the woman's side. Everybody should have a voice. So what do you guys want people to know? Like now, are either of you considering going back to Jamaica right now, or is Jamaica just kind of like
I
you?
mean, I think it's a little hot right now, but I think we both would love to go back. We love Jamaica. It's one of my favorite places, and
Yeah.
I'd be heartbroken if I couldn't go back.
Yeah, like I definitely want to go back. And it just goes to show you, like, someone could be the nicest person in the world and then turn into a weirdo real quick.
Definitely, definitely. That's the thing I think sometimes when you get behind closed doors with men, they kind of lose all of their inhibitions. That's why my ears kind of perked up when you, Miss Quickie Smalls, you said you stayed in the house with him before and he didn't try anything. I was like, hmm.
That's
So
what I wonder. And now I think about it, I wonder if he was like establishing like
Trust.
yeah,
I
because
don't know.
he never gave me the vibe he liked me. And I think maybe it's because he was talking to my sister during that time. And as soon as they were done, like, and I went back because they weren't talking when I went back. So I wonder if he was just trying to stay face for her. So I'd be like, oh, he's a great dude, blah blah blah.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Who
But
knows?
I don't know.
I
I would have. I'm not saying I wouldn't have. Like, I don't want people to be like, oh yeah, she's so high and mighty. No, I probably would have if it was like consensual and he had tried, but
Right.
yeah. And
Right.
now they're like posting my OnlyFans and stuff.
Girl, you're gonna get some new fans out of this. That's a plus.
I love the free promotion. No, I'm kidding.
Heck
But
yeah, I got my OnlyFans. I want some fans too. We got to do share for share, but we'll talk about that later.
right.
Yeah, man, definitely, definitely. So what do you guys like, you guys have been through this. Would you give any advice to girls who are in this situation? They're talking to a guy. It doesn't have to necessarily be a famous Jamaican artist, but any guy, and the guy wants to fly him out for a video shoot for anything. What advice would you give?
Don't go alone.
Yeah, do
But
not
you
go
guys
alone.
didn't go alone, and it still
Yeah,
happened.
I was gonna say, don't stay in their house. Like, have him get you a hotel that's in your name, so he can't change the locks on it or whatever. Like, go to a hotel. But even so, like, you can go see someone one time and think they're great, and on the second time they do some stuff. Like, how do you know?
Right, right. So it seems like you did everything right. You didn't go alone. You checked them out beforehand, and still things went left.
Right.
So I'm glad you guys are okay. What else? What else do you guys want to say? Anything?
Not that I can think of.
I don't know. I feel like yeah, I'm not gonna say. Right. Yeah, the sun has hit me.
Have
I'm
you?
like trying to hide from the sun.
Oh no.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything like I mean, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been in my DMs. Just like so many people have like been like issuing their support. So
Have you talked to the dancer again at all, or
no, we hate each other.
you said you hate each other?
We have each other like on Instagram and Snapchat and stuff, but like it's like it was so toxic. It was good though. It was good, but it was toxic.
Were you with him for a long time or no?
Oh no. I thought we were together, but he's Jamaican, so I thought we were in a relationship, like an exclusive one, but
Y'all were in a relationship. You were in a relationship. You wasn't the only one.
Right. You were in a relationship. He wasn't in a
yeah,
relationship.
I was. It was like maybe almost a year.
Yeah, it was about a year.
A
Yeah.
year? That's pretty long. That's pretty long. When did the physical abuse between you and him happen?
It wasn't really physical abuse. It was like one push, and I was like, bye.
That's physical.
And, huh?
That's physical. Push, hit,
Well,
anything.
true. And on that one, I was like, I'm done. It was in like June.
Yeah, I was
June.
talking to his cousin, and I went over to go see him, and she came with me, and they were kind of already going through it, and he was upset that she was over there, and they were showing us dances and stuff, and they had come back with some of the dancers from Europe, and
Oh yeah, the white girl,
Yeah.
the white girl, the European white
They're
girl.
there all the time. Trust me. I go to Kingston a lot, and I know a lot. Personally, I know a lot of the dancers, so that's why I was like, which one? But I see like the European, the UK girls, Italian, Polish. I see them all the time. All the time. There's a different crew of them. So
Always, and they're all learning to dance. Like it's whatever. But so yeah, it was like in June of 2019.
okay. Oh, so you had a busy 2019.
Girl, my 2019 was like everyone's 2020.
Man, trust me. Oh my gosh.
all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, and like I don't want to be known as some girl who's exposing him. Like I know a lot of Jamaican artists, and like this is the first incident, so maybe it's a Jock Here thing and not a me thing.
Right. That's what it seems like. A lot of people are automatically biased against him because they feel that they know what type of person he is for a long time. A lot of people already. So it's not like, there's this spotless character that all of a sudden has been portrayed to be something that's against what everybody believes. So what did you guys see his response video?
7 years ago.
What was up with
Listen,
that?
7 years ago, how old would I have been? Like 16? Okay, I'm feeling R. Kelly vibes.
Oh wow. So you're 23 now. How old is Jock here?
I don't know.
40 something or
40?
okay.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
He's still attractive though. He's still attractive. I've seen him
I
in
feel like
person.
yeah. He's small, but he's like body wise small.
Like he's skinny.
Mhm.
Skinny.
Yeah. And he like showed us a good time. Like that's what I'm saying. If it would have came down to the nitty gritty and he wasn't rude, he would have probably got some nitty gritty.
Right. He had to treat us like people, like women. Not
I wonder if like
things.
that's what turns him on, like the rapey shit. Like
That's a good point. Maybe that's like a fetish for him.
yeah, like he's not into that consensual shit. That's why he's like, I don't know.
Maybe.
Like,
I know he's
probably
into the booties. He likes big booties. I know that. So
everyone else in Jamaica.
that's true. That's true. I didn't know that, he wanted his booty licked. I know I've heard that he does certain things, but I haven't heard that he.
Like a couple other girls like validated it. They're like, yeah, he asked me too, but it's only been American girls. So I wonder if he only asked like Americans because he thinks like
It's more normalized here, maybe.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he knows Jamaican women are not doing it.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. And Jamaica is a small place. It's not like America. So once you're known as a booty licker in Jamaica, the whole island will find out that you're the booty licker girl. So in America, you can just move to another state, or you can start over, but not in Jamaica.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that could be it. But thank you guys. Anything else you guys want to say while you have your voice? I'm happy to give it to you.
No, just thank you for reaching out and giving us this opportunity and taking some time with us.
No problem. No problem. And I'm here if there's any follow-up. Like I said, I have my show on the air, and the other ladies have their show. So if anything else happens, let us know. We're here to give you the voice.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Later.
All right.
All right.
Whoa, unstoppable you, unstoppable you, unstoppable you.